Period. If you stop watching baseball, look, I bet you your ass sits on the couch every night and you buy the baseball package and you watch the Cubs every single night. Well, where do you think that? What do you think happens with that money, dude? And how many other people are like you that sit on the couch and watch Cubs games and put down the money to watch it? You think the owner should get that money? Are you serious, dude? You speak like someone that's never had a talent. And I'm not saying you're a talentless dude. I love you. You're my little bro. You know I love you. Or maybe you just haven't realized your talent. Maybe one day you'll realize you have a talent. You'll want to get paid for it. And you're not going to sit around and want to hear a bunch of people tell you that you're not worth it after you put in the work. And I'm serious, man. Stop hiding behind teachers. Stop hiding behind cops and soldiers. You know, these are all things where, like, people are supposed to be like, oh, you're so right. You're so right. No, fuck that. Those people don't generate billions of dollars. Look, if you got that big of a problem with it, don't watch sports anymore. Don't watch baseball. Don't buy Cubs hats. Don't buy the package. Don't listen to music on the radio because those guys make money too. Don't go to watch movies because those guys make money too. They're entertainers, dude. This jealousy and pettiness, it's ridiculous. You have an odd way of looking how business works for a worker. I don't understand it. Every single deal that has gone down in this offseason has benefited the owners. There's been 9 position players signed this year. And 2 of those guys, Zach Cozart and Jay Bruce, were given less money than they were expecting, and they were told, you know what? Bring a different glove to camp because you're going to play a different position. Every single thing is going to play the owner's way. 9 position players. Don't tell me there's nothing going on. There's something going on. You're listening to the Jake Robinson Sports Experience live on the Let's Talk Baseball Podcast Network. I got your hookup. Holler if you hear me. Now, the Cincinnati Reds had a busy day yesterday. They came to terms with a couple players. Billy Hamilton, Michael Lorenzen, Anthony DiCiappini. Now, as I went to the air, they still had 2 players left. And Eugenio Suarez and Scooter Gennett. Neither one of these players were signed. I didn't see anything that said they were signed on Twitter or anywhere. So I'm under the assumption that they haven't signed. And if that's different, then I will let you know in the next show. Suarez filed for $4.2 million while the Reds countered at $3.75. And apparently for Suarez, that was just too deep of a chasm to bear. So it looks like they're going to go to arbitration. And Scooter Gennett, Scooter Gennett had a career year last year. Who can ever forget the night he hit 4 home runs? I mean, it was one of the most amazing things to happen on a baseball field this year. And I just remember somebody in fantasy cleaning up that day. Or actually, you know what it was? They had Scooter Gennett and they didn't even play him. So yeah, Scooter Gennett, he had a career year. Now he filed for 5.7 and the club countered at 5.1. So now, like I said, they're going to go to a 3-panel arbitration hearing. And they're going to discuss this situation, and they're going to try to bind this 1-year contract. Now, Suarez had a slash line of 260, 367, and 461. 26 home runs, 82 ribs, and 156 games. And as I said to you, Scooter Gennett had a career year last year. He hit 295 with a 531 slugging percentage, 27 dongs, 97 ribs, 141 games. And he signed a $2.525 million deal with Milwaukee in 2017. So he's looking to go from 2.525 to 5.1, and the Reds are countering at... No, I'm sorry. Scooter is filing for 5.7, and the Reds are countering at 5.1. So it remains to be seen what's going to happen there. Now, I told you they did come to terms with a couple players. Billy Hamilton, the speedy center fielder. He batted 247 last year, and I didn't even realize his OBP is 299. I mean, that's just god-awful. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Now, he scored 85 runs, 59 steals in 139 games. And he got a raise from $2.625 million to $4.6. And Hamilton has been the discussion of many a trades. And it looks like the San Francisco Giants are interested in him and Lorenzo Cain. The Mets have shown interest in Lorenzo Cain. The Cubs have shown interest in Lorenzo Cain. And I'm going to tell you, I think Lorenzo Cain to the Cubs is fantastic. I told you last week the Cubs are having trouble with finding a leadoff stick, and Lorenzo will fit right in there. Me and Lorenzo rolling in a benzo. Put that stick right at the top of the lineup, put him in center field, you're good to go. Or the Giants isn't a bad option either. I mean, look, AT&T is a very expansive outfield. You got to cover a lot of ground in center field. And nobody has wheels like Billy Hamilton, baby. I mean, he can chase them all down. He just doesn't get on base enough for me. 247 with a 299 OBP. I mean, but he does play a good defense, and he does catch everything that's in the air, and he can chase down pretty much any ball that you need, and maybe at the end of the day, that's what the San Francisco Giants need, and that, like I said, expansive outfield. So Hamilton gets re-upped for 2.625. Now, Michael Lorenzen. This is the year he's going to finally compete for a rotation spot in that Reds starting rotation. He's been in the bully for the past 2 years. Last year, he appeared in 70 games, had an 8-4 record with a 4.45 ERA. And really, he was relatively underpaid at $555 large. Now, he's considered a Super 2 player, and that allows eligibility for arbitration after 2 years of service. So, he's eligible this year. They re-upped with him and Hamilton. And I think many of you will remember Michael Lorenzen. I mean, he had a hell of a story last year. His father was like his biggest fan in the world. and used to go to the games all the time and really propelled his kid into making his major league dreams come true. Well, his father died last year. And the day that his father died, they brought Michael Lorenzen into the game, and he came into his dad's favorite song, Who Are You by The Who, shut down the opponents, and then the very next inning, he squared up on a fastball and hit the only major league home run in his career. And literally, if you're on Facebook, you got to check it out. Go to the search bar, put in Michael Lorenzen, Father Tribute, and if you don't shed a tear watching this, well then, you don't have a heart. You're like Jake the Snake, heartless and black and disgusting inside. You're listening to the Jake Robinson Sports Experience live in West Palm Beach, Florida. On the Let's Talk Baseball Podcast Network. Shoot, and I gotta tell you, I'm melting here. Jesus. It's like 80 degrees. I'm melting. And I'm looking at the ocean. It looks beautiful. Now, the Reds did sign right-handed pitcher Vance Worley to a minor league deal this week. And he figures a challenge for a spot in that Reds bully. Now, if he breaks north with the team after camp, he's due to make $1.5 million. And he can opt out of that deal if he doesn't make the Major League roster. Now, last year with the Marlins, Worley posted a bowling shoe ugly ERA of 6.91. Now, some of these metrics, such as FIP, suggest he might not be as bad as the ERA says. So, the Reds are banking on that. They only have 4 people in their bullpen right now. And they need arms. I don't even know if they need people that can get people out. I think they just need arms. So, you got an arm, maybe you want to go out to Cincinnati and try to get a job. The 29-year-old Vance Worley is a journeyman. He's played for Filthy, the Twins, the Buccos, the Oreos, and the Fish. And like I said, the Reds basically have 4 pitchers that are guaranteed to make the team out of camp inside that bully. You're talking about Raisel Iglesias, Michael Lorenzen, Wandy Peralta, and Jared Hughes. And the great thing about Vance Worley is he can start in a pinch. If somebody in that rotation falters or gets injured, well, Vance Worley can slide right into that rotation and give you 4 strong innings. He owns a career mark of 4.09 in 667 innings pitched. Now, as I look at the Reds situation from last year, and what an awful season they had. I mean, that was just, oy vey. Every single pitcher in their rotation spent time on the DL last year. And look, by the end of August, none of those players were on the roster. Every single pitcher in that rotation spent time on the DL. Now look, that's the bad news. The good news is the Reds got to see plenty of pitchers from their system. They had 16 starting pitchers start at least one game last season for that team. So they basically went through a bunch of bodies. And they found out that Luis Castillo can actually deal. And they got him in the Dan Straley trade to SoFly. Now, Castillo made 15 starts, spanning 89 and a third innings pitched. He led all starters with a 1.0